Mom married my best friend, and I didn't know until the wedding. My mom married my best friend, and I didn't know until the wedding. So I have a best friend, Kyle, and we've been inseparable since childhood. We've shared everything, our hopes, dreams, heartbreaks, and even the same group of friends. Our families are incredibly close, so naturally we've spent a lot of time at each other's houses. My mom and Kyle's mom are very close too. We've always been like one big, weird family, and I never thought anything of it. But recently, I started noticing little things that made me feel uneasy. Kyle and my mom would exchange odd glances, laugh at inside jokes, and share secret stories that seemed off-limits to me. I thought nothing of it. After all, I'm not the type to assume the worst. A few months ago, I received an invitation to a wedding. It was addressed to me from both my mom and Kyle. I was confused at first, thinking it might be a joke or some sort of miscommunication. I asked my mom about it and she casually said, "Oh, we're getting married next month." My first reaction was to laugh, thinking she was joking. But when I looked at her face, I realized she wasn't. I felt a sick pit in my stomach. The woman who had raised me for 25 years was about to marry my best friend. But I had no idea they were even dating. I'm not one to pry into other people's relationships, but this felt like a huge betrayal. How could they hide something like this from me? The day of the wedding, I showed up, completely in shock. When I walked into the venue, it felt like time stopped. There, standing at the altar, was Kyle in a suit, waiting for my mom, who was dressed in a beautiful wedding gown. I froze, unable to move. I was supposed to be the best man for my best friend, yet here I was, standing there like an outsider. It wasn't until the ceremony started that I realized what had happened. They'd been dating for over a year, keeping their relationship a secret. But the worst part? They'd been lying to me for months, acting like nothing was out of the ordinary. I had been oblivious to the fact that the person I'd considered a brother had been slowly falling in love with my mother. After the wedding, I confronted them both. My mom explained that they were trying to protect me, not wanting to hurt me or complicate things. But I couldn't stop asking myself, how could they think keeping this from me for so long was a good idea? I'm still struggling to process it. I don't know if I'll ever be able to look at either of them the same way again. My mom married my best friend without telling me they were dating, and I found out at their wedding. I feel completely betrayed. Follow for no more Part 2S.